Welcome to the other side of my desk. This box is the box that I think all of us are entertained because as crafters we love seeing nifty tools and rulers and scissors and pliers and all manner of different things that make our crafting easier and more magical. Because to think women used to sit in dark rooms and only had their hands and what they had in their village like sticks, and I'm kidding. In this box is everything that I bought aside from the sewing machines of tools to make my quilter's life easier. And not just quilter's life, crafter's life, everything crafting. But mostly quilting, because let's be honest. Follow along with me as I finally get to open this box and take out all the beautiful things that I've been wanting to use since November, but held myself back for the sake of this video. Ooh. First things first. What are these? Comic book boards. Anyone who has a craft room or craft space that has lots of fabric like us quilters will understand what craft boards are for. What you do, and I've seen this online and it looks beautiful and I can't wait to see my fabric all done up like this, is you take your fabric and you wrap it around the board and then put it in slots so you can see what fabric you have. Now I don't have a big stash, fabric hoard, but it's growing and I need a way to organize it so that I know what I have and get therefore inspired, not expired. I got thread. This is a box of new bra thread. I don't know how that's supposed to be said, but it's a box of embroidery thread. All of these colors should help me get set a little bit. Now the spools are quite small. They're a lot smaller than I was thinking they were, but it'll get me started. And along with all of these new threads, I have those spool holders from Hobby Lobby. Oh, I can't remember the website that I bought these from. These are Maxi Lock thread spools. They're meant for the serger because I can't serge if I don't have thread. I got white, black, and gray. Gray because it pretty much goes with every color you have, and white and black because I think I got 4 spools of each, or maybe just 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got 4 spools of each color. White, black, and gray. Yeah, as things were being delivered to my house, I put them straight in the box, didn't even open any of them. So a lot of these, I don't actually know what's in them. But I do know that they're part of my sewing haul. I don't know what this is, but I'm excited anyway. Ooh, embroidery stabilizer. Because as you're embroidering on a embroidery machine, you have to have fabric because otherwise it just locks up and it breaks the needle and it's all bad and stuff. So this goes underneath whatever fabric you're embroidering. And hopefully I got the right one. Because I've never done a machine embroidery, and apparently if you have the wrong stabilizer, everything falls apart. Oh, what is this? Extremely urgent. Apparently not, because it's been sitting in a box since November. It's my rotating pink cutting mat. I didn't realize how small it was. I just saw the color pink. And anyone who knows me knows that I love pink. Purple, color. I can't stand the gray and white and the big blue cutting mats. I can't. So I wanted a pink one and I wanted a rotating one. But what I didn't realize is a lot of the biggest rotating patterns, this is for paper piecing specifically, which that's a picture of. A lot of the rotating pattern blocks and the bigger ones that you do, this is too small for it to fit. So I have it, it's gonna work, but let me take it out of the box. Just like that, and it spins. Oh, it's kind of a nice base. It's heavier than I thought. It's like a doll. It's a Lazy Susan for a kitchen table, but this is for a crafter. Now, these are wonderful, but they're not on brand. Wonder Clips. Mum Craft Multi-Purpose Assorted Colors Pack of 100. It It's this beautiful little tin. Pictures on top. So it fits in with the whole aesthetic, if I have an aesthetic. So it's a clip, and you clip it around. This is for binding quilts. This is for anything that you don't want to put pinholes in, which, one, I hate pins because I always get stabbed on them. Two, they're just some things that you don't want holes being in, like leather, like super, super nice fabrics. So that's what these are for. They hold fabric together, they're super strong. And I bought 2. I bought 200. So I shall never run out. These are bias tape makers. Basically, you feed the fabric in. You feed the fabric in one end and you iron it as it comes out the other, and bias tape is meant for binding quilts. So you take a piece of fabric that long and you feed it through there, and the edges fold in, and then you iron it as it comes out, and then those edges you can perfectly bind the center against the edge of a quilt, fold the 2 edges over, and you should be able to sew, and makes it so much easier. Hopefully. I've never used those before, but hopefully they're good. I bought easy quilting template ruler sets. One is a Dresden thing, a double redding wing quilt template. I cannot tell you, ever since, before I even knew what quilting was, I would look at the double wedding ring quilt. I would look at those quilts and I would go, wow, is that beautiful? I want one. And apparently it's one of those projects that you're supposed to do at least once in your quilting life. Girls used to do it before they got married, way back in ye olden 50s.
Stop it.
But way back in the days when young women like myself actually sewed as a general hobby instead of just a one weirdo per high school. It's gonna be a train wreck, but I hope you'll join me for it. And last from this box is my pink iron. I already have an iron. It works perfectly fine, but this one was pink. What I think is cool about this one is, if you can tell, I've ironed the cord of my other iron like 800 times. The base, it spools out from the back of the iron, but other than that, there's no cord dangling, which I love. That's not all. Pardon the mess that you're about to see. What is in this box, you might ask? Do you remember the cutting mat that I was working with for 4 years that I showed you? I got tired of it, so I got a different one. It's a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. And I know it's the gray and the white, but I looked at a pink one. Quite frankly, one, for the price, it was not. It wasn't. First of all, it was an off-brand company, and I really don't trust anything that's not Fiskars, because Fiskars has never done me wrong, and the reviews are always like stupendous. So the good news is they didn't sell a gigantor pink one. They did sell a slightly smaller pink one. So now I have 2. I have the extra large one, I have this one, and I have the small one, and I have a little spinning wheel. It's a puzzle I did that I've been trying to flatten out that is not flattening out. And because my spinning wheel was too small for most of the projects, I got the official Fiskars spinning. It spins, the whole thing spins, it's huge. But this is the rotating cutting mat that I'm going to be using most often. I'm a big believer in books, so out of the box of sewing goodies, I also got quite a few just sewers books. The first book I got is the Sewing Machine Embroiderer's Bible. I haven't read it yet. I've looked through it though, and it seems very good. The reviews are very good, so I hope this helps me with that sewing machine back there. It is by Liz Keegan. Get the most from your machine with embroidery designs and inbuilt decorative stitches. If I can do anything like what's on the cover, it's a win. I got the Serger Technique Bible by Julia Hinkins. This one. It's like the other one, but for a serger. I got Quilt As You Go, Made Modern by Jara Brandvik. Looks like that. I also saw this one. Quilt As You Go, Made Vintage Follow up the best-selling Quilt As You Go Made Modern, 51 Blocks, 9 Projects, 3 Joining Methods by Jara Brandvig. These two ought to help with the goal of learning how to quilt as I go, which is a phenomenally fast, awesome method that I'm really excited to try. I also purchased Jelly Roll Quilts by Pam and Nikki Lintott. I believe they are an English-based Jelly Roll quilt making team, and it does Jelly Roll quilts, which I don't actually own any Jelly Rolls. I wish I did, but I don't. But I do have a Jelly Roll ruler template thing that I can make Jelly Rolls out of, so I can try this. And finally, I got All Things Quilting. So this is a much thicker book than the others, but granted, it's all things quilting, and that has to intake a lot, and it's just full of diagrams and pictures and just, I haven't read it yet because it's been in the box, but I'm super excited to read this. So those are the books I got out of that box, and that sums up everything that I got. As you can tell, my craft room is destroyed because right now the camera tripod is sitting on the desk that we've been building over the last 2 months, and there's shelves ringing the room that took another 2 months to build. Not because they're hard, just because explanations, excuses. The room is a mess, which I'm going to fix at some point. Right now, I finally have everything unpacked, which means I can actually put everything away without thinking, is there something else in one of those boxes that I need to put here? Secondly, I finally have all my machines out, so I can start learning how to use them, and I can start doing projects and stuff. Before I get too far, the very first project I want to do is within this box from England. If you want to watch the Alice Bear Hall box, click on this box. If you want to watch the Serger unboxing, click on this box. If you want to watch the embroidery machine unboxing, click on this box. And if you want to watch the semi-industrial machine unboxing, click on this last box. Okay, I would look at double wedding ring quilts, double wedding ring, there's a tongue twister,